What's going on, you guys? Kenny here, also known as SilentFan85. Welcome to a little bit of a tutorial. I've been wanting to work on this for a while. I'm finally getting around to it. An Xbox live stream um, setup that I find is best to use. I'll kind of guide you through it a little bit as best I can. I'm not a guru, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll answer them the best I can. But this is the setup I use to live stream. First of all, let me go ahead and apologize for any audio problems. I am using a mic I don't use very often. It's not the best, but my other headset went out, so here we are. Anyway, I use Streamlabs OBS. This is some great software that I prefer over OBS now because it's got built-in default themes, just all kinds of stuff that it's great to work with. But you can still use standard OBS as well. What we're going to do is we're going to be using the Xbox software built into Windows 10 to capture our Xbox One on the screen, and then capture the screen using Streamlabs OBS. And I'm going to show you the best way to do that. Now, a lot of people would suggest you use a Windows capture as a source on Streamlabs OBS. Under Sources, you're going to go to Add a New Source. And again, there's Game Capture. You don't want to use that. There is Window Capture. I wouldn't suggest using that. Personally, I go with Display Capture. Now, this has been known to use more memory than Window Capture, but Display Capture works solid for me every time. So depending on your setup, either one will probably be best. But don't use Game Capture. Use Window Capture if you can, or Display Capture. Again, I prefer. But anyway, moving on. You're going to add source. You can name it whatever you want. We'll name ours Didi. Didi, get out of my lab. Dexter's Lab reference. You of course can capture the cursor if you want to. Infinite power. Okay, but next what we want to do is we want to go to the Xbox app here on Windows 10. Now, if it's not on your launch bar down here, it's a weird way to call it, but anyway, you can just search Xbox and Windows 10 and just bring it up here. What that'll do is bring this up. Okay, now this is your Xbox layout. This is if you have an Xbox One ID and you log into it through Windows, this is what you're going to see. It'll show previous games you played on both the PC and Xbox One, all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of awesome. Now, what you can do, there is game streaming right here if you have this little setting on the side to the left, but I always go over to the right. There's these little icons here. And then connection, it's one above settings. Just click on that. And then what it is this is your Xbox One. Now, a couple of hints. Make sure your Xbox One is on. Make sure you are logged into your primary account. And whatever account you're logged into on the Xbox One, make sure you're logged into it on the Xbox app on Windows 10. I don't think this works for Windows 7. Just a quick note, anything older than 10, I don't think it's going to work. I don't remember an Xbox on Windows 7, but I could be wrong. So what you want to do is, again, just make sure it's connected. Again, make sure you're logged into the same account as the one on your Xbox One. And of course, you can go to test streaming. There's more. You can connect automatically. You can turn on your console, turn off. This tends to be a bit fidgety, but it does work most of the time. And you can also forget console. Now, we're going to go ahead and stream. I'm already logged on, so this shouldn't be a problem. Now, here's the thing. I'm currently on Wi-Fi. I wouldn't suggest doing this if you're going to be live streaming through Wi-Fi. Make sure your PC and your Xbox One are both hardline connected with an Ethernet cable to your modem or router. Again, I do not suggest Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi can be a little unpredictable at times, and you may get pixelation. So just a heads up. But anyway, make sure if you're within range of your Xbox, you can actually just use the console without connecting it to the PC. But if you're in another room, I would suggest connecting your controller to the PC. I'm sorry, did I say console earlier? I meant your controller. You can use your controller if you're within range of your Xbox One directly without connecting it to the PC. But if you're in another room, connect your Xbox One controller to the PC via USB cable. If you have any problems with that, ask me. I'll do what I can to answer. But again, I'm not a guru. So anyway, this is pretty much what you're looking at. And of course, what you can do is just go to your favorite game. This is how I do Injustice 2. It's pretty fantastic, I think. Of course, it'll kind of show you what's going on here. And of course, on OBS, what I can do, let's go ahead and move this. I'm going to go ahead and get out of full screen here. Move this over. Of course, we're still looking at OBS. What we can do is go ahead and change this display. To display 1. Done. You can, of course, change the display in OBS. And there you go. It's showing your full desktop while streaming from your Xbox One. It's a pretty simple setup, and once you kind of get the walkthrough down. Just real quick, you do have different features here on the Xbox One app. Let me go and bring it back over. Where'd it go? I lost it. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, little bit of a hiccup. So anyway, we're back at the main Xbox One screen. Again, when you launch it from the actual app, this is what you go to. Again, one up from the settings over on the left over here. What you want to do is actually there are certain things you can do. Test streaming. You can start test, and then what it'll tell you is quality you can use if you can stream, you know, stuff like that. We'll just go ahead and go through it real quick, and we'll see what it says about mine. It's also got a little get help with game streaming link right here. That may be helpful. I don't know, I haven't used it, so that may or may not be helpful. Hard to say. We'll just give it a minute. A couple of notes again, make sure you're not on Wi-Fi. Make sure you're directly connected via Ethernet cable to your modem or router for both the PC and Xbox One, if possible. Or at the least, if you're streaming, make sure you're connected via hardline or Ethernet. I use hardline term a lot, especially in my job. From your computer to the modem or router. You can broadcast and stream from the Xbox to the PC on Wi-Fi, but again, you risk pixelation. This tends to take a bit. Why don't we get back to it? Okay, so this is essentially what your results page looks like. And of course, it does give the tip down at the bottom. A wire connection is always best for game streaming. There's 4 different options: low, medium, high, very high, so on and so forth. I'll go ahead and show you guys how to change that real quick. Let's go ahead and reconnect. Up here at the top, of the window, there are different options. Come on now, work with me. You want to kind of get it to come down. There it is. Okay, we're going to go at a full screen. Basically, there's different options. You can turn on and turn off your mic up here at the top of the window. There's also, the quality options are the little broadcast symbol right here. Click on that. And of course, you can select low, medium, high, very high. When I'm streaming, I try to stick with medium or high. I don't go very high because that's a lot of detail and it's going to eat up some of the bandwidth coming from your computer, depending on the power of your computer. Mine's a middle of the road, high end. Pretty powerful, but not the most powerful out there. There's definitely a whole lot better out there, but I built mine custom, so it's, you know, I put in what I could. Mainly thanks to you guys in the community a couple of years ago when you provided some funding for me to do that. So again, thank you guys for that. I can never say thank you enough to my community. But anyway, yeah. So just, you know, again, medium, high. Medium or high. I wouldn't go very high. Low is okay, but again, you're going to get a lot of pixelation. It's like a 480p. Medium's like 720. High is 1080. Very high is 1080-60, I believe. I could be wrong on that, but anyway, that's just a little bit of a demo for you. I'm sorry for no cam, but I didn't want to block anything. I hope this helps. If you guys got any questions, feel free to leave them down below. It did run a little long, but I wanted to cover everything I could. For now, I'm going to say salute. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. And again, the software used was the Xbox app in Windows 10, the Xbox One itself, connected either via Wi-Fi or Ethernet connection, which again, I do recommend. We use the PC itself. Make sure it's hardwired to the console or make sure it's hardwired to the router or modem, not the console. We also use Streamlabs OBS, which again is what I use. I recommend it. And it's been fantastic, and that's my recording software. So, see you guys soon. And again, I will say it again. Remember, you're awesome. Never let the world tell you otherwise. See you.